Show 48. Show 48. About to start.
WAIGLP, Daytona Beach, Joy 106.3.
HL Silent. We discuss issues that affect us all.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Outside the Roundtable. I'm your host, H.L. Seiler. And like we do every week before every show, I'd like to take a moment of silence for the over 500,000 loved ones we've lost to this pandemic, this virus, this killer. So could you join me for a moment of silence, please? Thank you very much. Also, we'll be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to our real heroes and sheroes of this pandemic, that being our first responders. We appreciate you guys, and keep up the good work. Having said that, is everybody ready? I said, is everybody ready? Well, then let's get to it today. Is it me? Is it me? Or does it seem we're relaxing these requirements way too early? Huh? Is it me, or are we relaxing these requirements way too early, because we ain't out of the woods yet. We ain't out of the woods yet. And we'll be ashamed to have us have an uptick after all these months. And we done came this far and this close to getting back to some kind of normalcy here. I just think it's Governor Abbott of Texas. I think Governor Abbott of Texas needs to be impeached or removed from office. I mean, that's how I feel. Because, let's face it, folks, anytime you go against the experts, understand me, anytime you go against the experts, the people who play with diseases and all that for a living, anytime you go against them, the experts, I think something wrong with you. And I think you are doing a disservice to the people, don't you think? I mean, this guy Abbott, if you want to talk about un-American, this guy Abbott, he's the same governor who had the audacity to try to sue Pennsylvania over Pennsylvania votes. Now, what kind of sense that make? He tried to sue Pennsylvania over Pennsylvania votes, and he, the governor of Texas. The governor of Texas, ladies and gentlemen, has no reason to concern himself with votes in Pennsylvania. Are you kidding me? Let's make that clear. Let's bring some kind of clarity to the situation. Here's a governor that has told his state that they can open up 100%. Wow. 100%. Where they do that at? Can somebody call in and tell me 386, the new number 386-868-0635? You should never get a busy signal again. That's what Terrence said. So if you get a busy signal, hold that against Terrence, not me. 368-868-0635. I'm just messing with your T. So listen. Getting back to Mr. Abbott. Come on, y'all. Come on. Anybody who even had a civics class. No, you can't, a governor from another state can't sue another state over no votes? Are you kidding me? Yet the media seems to not be doing their job as usual. Because anytime you go against health experts and open up an entire state the size of Texas, 100%, and by the way, Governor Abbott, didn't you just have a hot spot during this pandemic? Wasn't Texas a hot spot because of your poor leadership? Didn't you guys just have a cold spell? Because you guys refused to be with the main grid along with the rest of us? So, I'm quite sure a lot going on in Texas right now, and we don't need the governor of Texas exacerbating the situation by telling everybody to open up 100%. And we're going to talk about people who should hold office and what they should be held accountable for in a minute. Because what I'm saying is, we should be sticking with the experts. Because that's why they're experts. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is why I say ad nauseum. Ad nauseum. It seems like they're playing games with our lives. Huh? It seems like they're playing games with our lives. And it's a shame that the checks and balances that our forefathers put in place are not being exercised properly. That's what I think. I don't know about you guys. You call me in 386-868-0635, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I mean, there needs to be some type of safety net put in place to override these governors that, to me, are not having the people's best interests at heart when they're making these decisions. Huh? When they're making these decisions. There needs to be some kind of safety net put in place that can override a governor like Abbott coming out right in the middle. We're still in the midst of this pandemic. It ain't over. Saying that Texas is 100% open. Are you kidding me? 100% open? With hundreds of people still dying every day? 100% open? With Texas being one of the hot spots? during this pandemic 100% open. With your citizens just almost froze to death. While Ted Cruz trying to run the Calhoun. This is why I espouse to people first. Please, everybody hear what I'm saying. People's first movement. These people work for us. They ain't no rock stars. Have they no expert? He gave an oath. These people give an oath to do right by the citizens, by their constituents. And we need to start holding their feet to the fire. Enough of this shenanigans, man. There got to be something there about all the lying. I don't hear about no misinformation. Lying, all the lying that's going on. People lying. Shouldn't be able to hold a position of authority if you're an openly liar. You openly lying about everything. That's what Ted Cruz doing. That's what Josh Hawley. Ted Cruz just said some crazy stuff the other day. Get up to immigrants getting checks. See, this is what stokes anger among a lot of people. You know, a piece of garbage like Ted Cruz getting up and lying, openly lying, know he know better. Openly lying to immigrants getting checks. Everybody know immigrants can't get no check. Immigrants ain't even got no social security number. And this is what's got to stop all this lying to people. Inciting violence. Because that's what they're doing. Inciting violence. That's exactly what they're doing. Why is he still in Congress? Why is Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley still in Congress? Can anybody tell me that? 386-868-0635. I want to know, how can somebody openly try and subvert the will of the people and still get the opportunity to go sit back down and act like everything all good, and then start right back to espousing a bunch of nonsense and a bunch of lies? He's a cancer. Ted Cruz is a cancer. Josh Hawley is a cancer. Marjorie Greene is a cancer. We expect more out of our Democrats and our Republicans in Congress. Are you kidding me? If Ted Cruz came to run your company, or in any kind of way be effective with your life, you will have a problem with all that lying. Huh? If the man came and told you, don't vote for the bill, because they give money, your hard-earned money going to immigrants. Stop it. If you can't beat me on the policies, and if you can't come up with no ideas, then you don't need to be in politics. Stop just being in politics to get money and act like you're a superstar or a rock star or something. You, my dear sir, are a shame and a disgrace. You ought to go sit down somewhere. You don't let Donald Trump, you around here being a cheerleader for a man who insulted your wife on national TV, called her ugly. Huh? Now you going around here lying, talking about immigrants getting checks going to immigrants. And you know you're lying. And something has to be done about this constant lying that these Republicans are doing. Something has to be done about that. If not, our democracy is in trouble. I'm just here to tell you, our democracy is in trouble if you don't. Don't you think do you think it's an accident that everybody in this country is starting to relax a little bit, starting to catch their breath a little bit, starting to feel a little bit safer, a little semblance back to normal? Returning. Huh? Now we had about 2.7 million shots out. Get it moving right along. It should have been 3 million shots every day anyway for the longest. Let me tell y'all something. Donald Trump even brought up on malfeasance along with all the other charges he finna be brought up on. Because let me tell you something. It would have took an idiot. Understand me? It would have took an idiot to get a response that we had to the pandemic. Huh? It would have took an idiot to do what he did during the pandemic. All he had to do was listen to the experts, and it wouldn't have been 500,000 people dead. It would have been, I'm here to say it would have been nowhere near 500,000 people dead. Had he acted appropriately and swiftly at the beginning of this pandemic. But they don't care. And that's why I try to reach out to my Republican brothers and my Republican sisters to let you know they don't care about y'all. They don't. All they care about is winning. They don't care about governing. Yeah, Lindsey Graham. And Lindsey Graham need to be brought up on charges, on voter suppression charges too, because he was in South Carolina calling Georgia about votes, talking to the Secretary of State in Georgia about votes during the election. So he can run around his skippity dude with his toothpaste and phony self. No, he jumped up in front of, he's the same dude jumped up in front of Congress. Oh, I don't have enough. It's enough. I can't take it. I was down with you, but I can't take it. The next day he was on the plane, he snuck on the plane with Trump. See, this is what I'm telling you. This is what we're dealing with. People that we can't even trust to tell us the truth. And before this democracy can move any further, we have to address that. We have to address that issue. Because if we don't, it's going to be downfall of our government. Because now you don't sow a seed where people are not believing the polls or the ballots or the elections or the scientists. Because you have people that's been entrusted with authority that we count on to tell us the truth. Huh? Right? We take for granted that our mayors and our governors and our senators and all our leaders are telling the truth because they took an oath. So we assume that they're telling us the truth when they're not telling us the truth. There lies the problem. And until we address having our lawmakers and our representatives tell us the truth, these are going to continue on a downward path. Trust me. They're going to continue. So I welcome anybody to call in and give your take on the state of affairs. The number's 386 again, 868-0635. I'm trying to get this number out because the reason I'm getting out of nausea because a lot of people hit me up on email. Hey, we can't get in. The phone stay busy. Okay, well, you ain't got no excuse now. Those are past shows. Nothing we can do about that. You got your number now. You got your number 386-868-0635. Write that number down. That's your number. You'll never be busy, so you can always get in when you want to get in. Remember this show's motto, everybody. We stimulate conversation while assimilating information. And that's what show is all about. I just can't get my head around the media downplaying the severeness of what's taking place in Washington. I mean, when you got senators on TV not willing to say that Joe Biden got elected, and not willing to say Joe Biden won the election fair and square, ladies and gentlemen, we got a problem. Because I surmise if that's the case, then why even try to work with him? When I told y'all about this reconciliation and working with how that turned out? Getting back to that, I digress for a minute, but let's get back to that. How that turned out for you? Did I tell you or did I tell you? Did I tell you or did I not tell you? Until we get all these people out and Joe Biden and understand that it's work to be done, we ain't got time to be playing no games with the Republicans. You wasted all that time. Okay, it's coming. Well, we should have had it sooner. People hurting every day. People getting kicked out of their apartment every day. Time is of the essence. Y'all walk around here parading a bill. That's one bill that you let the Republicans milk down anyway. Water down anyway. Sorry about that. Water down anyway. Kidding me? Joe Manchin. Now we got to deal with him for the next 4 years. A Republican plant. That's what he is. That's what he is. Why would a Democrat have a problem paying $15 an hour to his citizens, his constituents of West Virginia, probably the poorest state in America? Why? A Democrat. Why would a Democrat out of West Virginia wouldn't want $15 for his constituents? He said 11. He said 11. Are you kidding me? Is this what we're dealing with as a country? Is this what our leaders all about? It's bad that other Republicans don't want to give us anything and don't want to do anything. All Republicans want to do is stay in power and make money off this government. That's all. Because you haven't seen the Republicans come up with one idea in a long, long time. Think about it. When did I tell you see Republicans come up with an idea to help the people? I'm waiting. Must be kidding me. All they think about is winning. They don't think about governing. And all you people who, this is what I want to say. All you people who had a problem with this election, and said Joe Biden wasn't the president. This is what I want y'all to do. I'm serious. This is what I want y'all to do. To show y'all protest, I want y'all to send all y'all money back. I got $1,400 stimulus package. I want you to send it back to Washington and protest. Y'all do that for me. Then that's called putting your money where your mouth at. Instead of sending all your donation, all your little hard-earned money to Trump, so he could go on the golf course and hang out and all that stuff. What he do with your money? Take the money we finna send you, because just by your morals and how you feel, guys, should accept that money because he's an illegitimate president. So why would you take that? Be illegitimate money that you would be taking. And since Donald Trump didn't appropriate those funds to you, I think you should turn it back in, send it back to the government. See, you can't have it both ways now. You either feel one way or you don't. You either feel one way or you don't. So this is what I want everybody to do. That $1,400. Everybody who feel like Trump got a raw deal in this election, I want to take that $1,400 and send it back and tell them to take your money, earmark your money to fight voter registration integrity. How about that? Huh? How about that? Since he lost, and you said it was voter integrity, it was a cheat, it's a steal and all that, send that money back and specifically tell them that you want that money to go back in the coffers so that they can use that money to police voter suppression and voter integrity laws and all this stuff. So we won't have to worry about Mr. Trump being cheated again. How about that? Because if you take that money and spend it, then you acknowledge that Joe Biden the president. Huh? So any of y'all who take that money and spend it and don't send it back to the government, y'all full of it. Y'all going against Trump. If you take that money and spend it, you're going against Trump. Because Trump didn't give you that money, and you said Joe's an illegitimate president. So by all means, send that money back and let your voice be heard. Now don't go get no rims for the Jeep, or go get a new Confederate flag with that money. Now go take that money, send that money back to Washington. Tell them, listen, y'all stole this election for Trump. Trump didn't send us this money. We're not accepting no money. You already said that Joe Biden is an illegitimate president, so whatever he said, we not obeying by. So if he tell you take that $1,400, and you tell him you don't want that $1,400 to give it back. That's why I want to hear on the news that that's what's happening. And then only then when I take y'all serious. Huh? I take y'all serious. Because when you give up that money, then I know you're serious. When you sit and complain and try to storm the government and do all the stuff you do, and then you take that money, you want us. Huh? You want us. So which one is going to be? You going to show me what kind of convictions you got, Trump supporters? Because I'm willing to say you ain't going to send that money back. I'm willing to say that y'all sit out there and say all the stuff y'all want to say about Democrats and all that, but when Democrat policy come down the pipe, y'all take advantage of it, just like everybody else. But y'all there trying to undermine the same government that's helping you, though. That's my point. I say all that to say that. If that's one of your grievances, stand by it. Because I would. If I felt Trump had stolen the election and they gave out them checks, I wouldn't take it. I sure would, just on principle alone. So let's see what kind of principle y'all got. I mean, we get shot down in the back, and nothing ain't been said. They finna have the trial, and all that's finna do is stir up a lot of emotions, man. Because he won't do. Listen, we just found out today that he wanted to plead guilty to 10 years. Yeah, see that stuff we ain't know. We just found out he had a plea bargain agreement for 10 years already. We didn't even know about it till yesterday. William Barr shut it down. The Attorney General William Barr shut it down. So, in other words, we know it should be something anyway start from 10 years on up with this guy. In other words, and listen, the reason I'm yelling on this phone, this radio, I always say phone, this radio, is because they think we ain't paying attention. See, that's why you got me here and outside the round table every Tuesday at noon. Because I know y'all trying to take care of the chores and take the kids to school and go pay the bills. You ain't got time. You look for people to give you the truth. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got you. You know why I got you? Because I'm finna tell you something right now. Y'all gonna think I'm just joking, but I'm gonna tell you how I be watching and how I be paying attention. They tried to pass, I don't know if they passed it. I think they passed it. I'm not sure. They're trying to pass it. Listen to this. In Georgia, if you stand in line, listen to me. In Georgia, if you stand in line to vote, and I come bring you a piece and a soda, I just committed a felony. Are you kidding me? These are some of the draconian laws that they're coming up with to suppress our vote, y'all. That's why we need to pass that H.R. 1. It needs to get passed. And the only way it's going to get passed is through reconciliation. And mostly everything going to get done through reconciliation. Because the Republicans are not voting on nothing. They know on everything. Clean air, clean water, no. Healthcare, no. Jobs, no. Infrastructure, no. They know everything. They don't got their little money. You had all these people in the Senate. That didn't, one Republican didn't even vote for any help to the people. That's what made me mad. That what made me start yelling. I don't know if you heard me or not, because I ain't the clearest talking person. So I'm gonna say it again. That bill for 1.9 trillion that just got passed for everybody. Not one Republican voted for it. Not one. Not one Republican voted for help to the people. And this is why I said we got to deal with these laws, these voting laws, and the gerrymandering. We got to do away with the filibuster. Because all they're doing is stopping us from getting things done. Ladies and gentlemen, Trump has left us in a big old hole. It's a lot of work to be done. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you let somebody stay in your house for 4 years. And they left your house a mess. They ain't do no upkeep or nothing. They left your house a mess. And when they left, they tried to break everything and tear everything before they left. So now you got to come back to a house that's been neglected for 4 years. And they trashed it. And they looted it. You got a lot of work. You got a lot of work to do to get that house back in the order that you left it in. That Barack Obama left it in. The economy could have ran on autopilot. All the credit he was trying to give himself was residual numbers from Obama, what Obama had done. But somehow, because he was president, all of a sudden he made all that happen. And I told y'all over time, just watch. I told you on the radio, I said over time, just watch now. He gonna do the same thing for this country that he did for the Taj Mahal. Ran in the ground, bankrupted, stuffed the American people with $1 billion tab, and ran off with the money. And he did America the same way. He surprised me. I'm the Trump whisperer. I keep telling y'all that. I'm the Trump whisperer. I can't tell y'all that. Trump all for himself. You see the movie made today, don't you? He re-emphasized today. Don't send the GOP nothing. Send it to the Trump pack. Didn't I tell y'all what the lick was? What the lick read? The lick read that he was gonna take that money for his own personal use. I ain't no sheep. Ain't no way I'm gonna send a man some money who living on a golf course. Are you kidding me? Not only is he living on a golf course, he owns the golf course. Well, I look like sending him some money. A sheep? Don't send the Republicans, the rhinos, So now, if you don't have an allegiance to Trump, you got to show allegiance to Trump. Can I ask y'all something? You Republicans in the Senate, and all you sycophants in the House, can I ask y'all something? Why y'all really behind this man? Don't y'all know y'all done lost the presidency? The House and the Senate behind this man here. Y'all had powers in all three when he came in power. Now you ain't got powers in none of them, and you still running behind him? Are you kidding me? Y'all do realize that y'all done lost all three branches of government, right? Because of Trump, right? I wonder if y'all understand that. Twisting yourself like pretzels. I mean, the fealty for this man is unbelievable. He has no fealty to anybody. And you You see what he did to Pence? Because he preys on weakness. The only people that run behind Donald Trump is weak people. Like Josh Hawley, Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham. They weak. They ain't no leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans, Republicans, stop giving this man y'all money. Just do that for me. Because as Americans, I love you. And I seen what he did for the Trump University and whatever he did, and he's doing the same thing for y'all over again. But guess what? We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. This is HL Side Outside the Round Table. We'll be right back.
C101 service 386-253-7686.
Okay, we back. Show 48. What I wanted to tell everybody is, and I'm serious about this. I'm very serious about this. What I want to say to everybody is, we have to. The reason I say it's a Democratic killer with all this lying is simply that there has to be some type of tacit understanding that your ballot and your election are honest. In order for a democracy, listen to me now. In order for a democracy, in the first place, to mean anything, you got to believe the people in charge. You got to believe the establishment that's in place. It's been in place for hundreds of years. Nobody talks about all the people, all the hard working, honest people that run elections around this country every year. And nobody talk about how these people insulting those honest, hard working people, man. It makes our elections the safest and the fairest elections on this earth. So in order for democracy in the first place to work, you got to believe what people are saying. I mean, I'm just giving my opinion. Anyone who feels different can always call in, because this is a platform where the one thing we can agree on is to disagree. That's the only thing. The more different opinions, the better to me. I'm just my shows. I don't want my show to be no coke father. I want my show to be where everybody can call in as a platform to go at it, to make our country a better way, but in a respectful way. Because Outside the Roundtable is that platform with those people in mind. I stated in past show that this show is for the people of the V, Volusia County. And the people of Daytona, Armin, New Smyrna, South Daytona, Hialeah, and the surrounding areas too, to call in and have a voice. And voice their feelings on Tuesdays at noon. That's the one day you can come, and I got something to talk about, and I'm sure catch Outside the Roundtable on Tuesday, because I need to call in and get it off my chest. That's what we want here Outside the Roundtable. This show here is for everybody. I don't never want you to feel that you can't call in and express how you feel that particular day. Everybody's welcome under my tent, because I feel in order to have a healthy economy, we have to have healthy citizens, both physically, mentally, and spiritually. And I guess what upsets me is when I feel this great country of ours isn't putting our people first. So I get a little upset because I'm a people's first type of person. But y'all know how I am by now. This is my 48th show. We're fastly approaching our 52nd show, which will be a year on the air with you guys. And I want to say that this first year it's been a trying year. But I like to take time to thank everybody who don't roll with me this far. Because I seen some of them early shows the other day. I was I said I would check out some of my early shows. And for all you people, this is the 48th show, for all you people who've been listening, man, I really appreciate y'all. Because I know them early shows, it was kind of brutal. I watched some of them early shows, and they were kind of brutal, man. And so I know if you still follow me after 48 shows, then you're a true follower, man. I really appreciate you. I really do. Because we come a long way on this show. So once again, thanks to everybody, man. All the emails and all the, suggestions and stuff. I really appreciate it. I just yearn for the days when you could debate about politics based on policies, I guess, It seemed like a lying contest, propaganda contest, a cheating contest, everything about debating policy. And this is why I say every show that we need to start sending people to Washington that's going to fight for us. We need to send people to Washington that people's first people. Because they work for us, ladies and gentlemen. And we always got to remember that. But before we can do, I guess before we can ever get to that, we got to come together as Americans first, though. And that's the thing that disheartens me sometimes. Where Republicans and Democrats act like we're not Americans first. Where if a Democrat hurting or a Republican hurting, the other party, instead of trying to help, pounce on. I mean, I can't tell you how hollow it sounds or how hollow it comes out when you attack Cuomo and insist on him resigning. We didn't do the same thing for Trump. Huh? I mean, the Republicans, where were y'all? It's really disingenuous when y'all lead the charge to make Cuomo resign in New York. I think the Republicans really do best not just saying nothing when it comes to issues like that, especially issues that parallel Trump. But Trump had even more accusers. So excuse me if I don't want to hear what a Republican got to say when it comes to somebody stepping down. Are you kidding me? We got to understand, not just me, and not just you, everybody. We got to demand a standard of truth-telling in this country. That's what we got to demand. We got to demand a standard of truth-telling in this country. You want your kids to tell the truth? You should want your politicians to tell the truth. Are you kidding me? That should be a disqualifier right there. I can't stand a liar. I don't know about you. All this misinformation that permeates the airwaves. It has to stop. There needs to be laws put in place to combat this almost epidemic culture, man, of lying to the American people. I mean, it's a shame. You don't know what to believe no more. And that's what they want. They want you not to be able to believe pillars of government that you normally wouldn't even hesitate to believe what they say. Because if they can sow doubt in your mind, they got you. Huh? You think I'm gonna listen to somebody who a party wouldn't even get one vote? They help the people in need. They help people in this country. Republicans out here hurting too. Republicans out here dying too. Republicans want to go back to school too. You mean to tell me one Republican didn't have the heart to want to try to help another fellow American, even his own constituents? Are you kidding me? Is it me? Or does that seem incredible? We have to establish a culture where when these people lie like they being lied, they censor and they reprimand. Here it is, you had the Republican come out and censor Liz Cheney and try to censor, I forgot who the other Republican was. And why the media and the rest of the Democrats and the rest of the Republicans, at least the Democrats, why they didn't shout out real loud about that? Why? This is what they should have been censored and reprimanded and talked about just for even trying to reprimand her for standing up for the truth. Here it is, you got people that's going to lie and don't get reprimanded, but somebody telling the truth and stand up for what's right, being reprimanded. Who really cares? And I gotta keep telling everybody, this misinformation is a democracy killer. And we still trying to find our stride on this show. But guess what? As long as I got you guys having my back, I'm going to have yours. And once again, welcome to our St. Louis listeners and our Detroit listeners from Superstation 910 in Detroit. Thanks for listening to us on Joy 106.3 FM in Daytona. And see, this is what it's all about, being able to talk in real time about issues that affect us each and every day. Because I keep telling everybody that's willing to listen, we are all in this together. Huh? We are all in this together. And before I forget, all you folks listening in the Bahamas, in Nassau and Freeport, feel free to call in and share any relevant news pertaining to Samuel 90 Knows and his quest to go back home, man. Free 90. So, any pertinent information you guys need to assimilate from the islands to the States, call in anytime when we're on the air. And the number for you guys again is 386-868-0635. Everybody, please write that number down. Please. So you start emailing me telling me you can't get in. Now you can get in. So I guess I appreciate everybody. And don't forget, you need to let me know if there's an event. You can just, you have a question, or you can reach me at outsidetheroundtable@gmail.com. This is our 48th show, so if you missed the show, you can go to YouTube, or you can go to Facebook, you can go to Twitter, And you can go to Vimeo. You type in Outside the Roundtable /48 show. Sometime I might give you another show. Just click in on the icon of the playlist and it'll show you every show all the way to the 48 show. Now that we're back to trying to get some form of normalcy in this country, we can start addressing a lot of issues on this show in the future. I'm going to be talking about HL's view on why guys like Hugh Jackson, Eric Bellamy, and Winston Moss don't have no NFL coaching job in the NFL. You got Urban Meyer back in Jacksonville, back in it. Listen, every time Urban Meyer start losing, he gets sick. So he'll be getting sick real soon in Jacksonville. Winston Moss, Hugh Jackson, man, should have a job. Eric Bellamy should have a head coaching job. They got jobs, but I'm talking about head coach. These are head coaches. So we're going to talk about that in future shows. I'm going to address my opinion on the two deadliest diseases in the black community. That being apathy and haterism. We're going to address them two issues. We're going to have a town hall and address them two issues. Because we can ever alleviate them two issues, we can make some things happen. We're going to address the biggest monopolies outside of Amazon, that being the NCAA, a $1 billion entity that pays everybody but the actual bodies that's out here creating the money. So we're going to get back to tackling less stressful issues. And I forgot. I told you guys, we're going to bring those phone numbers to our representatives. So I got those, and I'll be bringing those numbers in on future shows so you can get a hold of people, those representatives. And I give it to you blood raw. I'm a street pundit, and we don't do no politicking around here. Just fact-based information. So this is HL Silent, and y'all know I love everybody. And until next Tuesday at noon, I'm out.